This isn't my first rodeo when it comes to this, and don't scroll. Stay right here. Here's the story. Now, I don't know how a lot of people feel about this. I don't know how some people feel about it. This whole obsession with sports by the president is ridiculous. It's bad enough that people waste hours and hours that add up to years of their lives being sports fans. I'm saying this for personal experience. I lost years of my life as a sports fan, watching for countless hours and hours and hours. To what end? No, it didn't make my life any better. It entertained me, yeah, but it didn't make my life better. I didn't improve my economic situation. I didn't improve my living situation. I didn't improve anything. I spent money and time on these activities. I think that if we have leisure time and we devote a certain amount of it, if we have time management, we can do that. We can watch sports and enjoy it. I'll tell you this right now, though, making it a national problem, including the military at sporting events like football games, no, this shit needs to stop. And I think the culmination of this happened at the White House when the UFC had their ridiculous fights at the White House. I used to watch UFC. I did. I liked MMA for a long time. I stopped watching it. And the reason why is because it is run by a proto-fascist organization. That's right, by corporatist organization. They're scum. They treated their players, they treated their athletes really bad for a long time, and there were major lawsuits that happened. No. TKO sucks, and so does UFC. Yeah, it's entertaining. Yeah, it's cool to see guys beat each other up, I guess, if you're into that. And then now we come on to this socialism crap. Okay, socialism is not crap, but 90%, well, maybe more than that, maybe 95%, people don't know anything about it. They don't know what it is. We already have socialism. Social Security is socialism. Medicare is socialism. Okay? Your police, your fire, other entities that give you services in your local and state government and federal government. This is socialism. It's using tax dollars to pay for basic needs that we have. And it's our money. It's not free. Oh yeah, some people get cut in because they're indigent, they're poor, they can't afford it. Now, if you don't have enough passion and compassion in your heart to like that, you know what I say? Go piss up a rope, you selfish pieces of shit. That's right. No, socialism is a good thing. It's a very good thing. And it doesn't mean you're not going to be able, in democratic socialism, to have a business. You're not going to have a business. Oh my God, it's horrible. You won't have a business. They're going to take your... No, they're not. No. Small businesses are great. They're what really runs a country. The problem is we let the corporatists take over. The corporations. Look at media. 6 media companies own over 90% of the media outlets. Is that good? No. Look at what happened on Schlickschlock, what he calls Tic Tac. He's not the number one guy on there. Nah, who cares what he is on there? And the views that he gets are all about negative shit against him. People hate this guy. Not everybody, but I would say it's probably swinging way over 70% now. They hate this guy. Now, I don't waste the energy on hating him. I really don't like him. I never did. After I read The Art of the Deal, I thought he might be cool, but he's not cool. He's a piece of shit. He's a grifter. He's a thief. He's a con man. And if you voted for him, you're finding out, aren't you? Well, if you're really rich and you benefited from his stuff, that's great. If you're a fan of the stock market, which I think ought to be abolished, I think it's bullshit. We need more worker co-ops. Not all worker co-ops, but more worker co-ops where the workers own the company and profit from it. They own the means of production. That's socialism as defined by Marx. Marx said you have communism when the workers own the means of production. Well, he meant that all of the means of production. That's really never happened. I mean, even in the Soviet Union, the workers didn't own it. The government owned it. In China, No, the government and some businesses that they allow to function own it. That's your means of production. They own it. The people in at large, by and large, don't own it. In a worker co-op, the workers own the means of production in varying degrees, depending upon how their spreadsheet breaks down. I'm just really tired of this. People don't know what socialism is. They don't. And all they know is that old right-wing narrative. Oh my God, they're godless. They're going to take over. Well, the first place is not godless. There's people who are Christians that believe in socialism. There's people who are Muslims that believe in socialism. There's people that are Buddhists that believe in socialism. And there's a lot of atheists, too. And we're not a religious group. Atheists, and we don't believe. That's our thing. So socialism, this whole thing is nothing but that same old Red Scare crap that came around after World War II, got pushed by the scumbag Cohen, right? Yeah, Cohen, right? Yeah, the guy who was Trump's mentor, right? And that other scumbag McCarthy, who was probably just a closet, anyway. These guys pushed the narrative and they caused a lot of problems and they were wrong. They caused a lot of problems in the entertainment industry, and that's where your buddy, your guy that so many of you think is a great president, who was actually one of the biggest POS there ever has been, with Ronald Reagan. Talk about a guy who had dementia or Alzheimer's or something like that. He did, especially during those last 4 years when Nancy did all the work. And then he had one of the most corrupt administrations in American history. I think more people got indicted and convicted for their white-collar crimes in government under him. Now, Trump could easily surpass that if his pardon power was taken away. Here's what needs to happen. Pardon power needs to be voted on by Congress. Okay, I want to pardon Joe Blow. Okay, so Joe Blow's on death row. Maybe he committed the murder. Maybe he didn't. That has to, so the pardon goes from the president to the Congress, right? This is what needs to happen. The Congress needs to review it, have a hearing on it. Well, I know that's a big waste of time. But I'll tell you what, there's people that wouldn't be pardoned, like the Binance son of a bitch, like these crypto thieves, like all these guys that Trump pardoned, like the January 6th guys. No, they shouldn't have been pardoned. No, they should be thrown back in jail. And also these damn white-collar thieves that are getting away with legal thievery. That's right. And the corruption because of Citizens United. This all needs to stop and go away, and we need to take the money away from these guys and put it into the hands of the people. Oh, you don't like that because that's socialism? That's too damn bad, because a lot of young people have had it. People my age and older are kind of stupid. They don't read. They don't know about Marx. They don't know about socialism. They don't know that Marx and Abraham Lincoln had a lot of written correspondence, the letters between. They don't know that. Why? And they don't know that Keynes was a Marxist economist, and the best economists probably have all been Marxist in their viewpoints. So don't give me this shit about socialism and Marxism when you don't even know what it is. I don't claim to be a Marxist because I haven't read all 3 volumes of Capital, right? I've read enough to know what socialism is and what it isn't. And what it isn't is what people are trying to say that it is. It's not communism. Communism is when the people, the workers, own everything. That's communism, and it's not happening. No, we're too capitalistic for that to happen. Okay, so worker co-ops are a great way out of it. It's still capitalism, and the workers own the means of production. Yeah, look up Richard Wolff, man. Richard Wolff is really cool. Look him up. Look up Michael Hudson. These guys, they're on it, man. They are totally on it. And I really hope you guys get something out of this. Like my stuff, repost it. Give it to everybody to digest. Now, this is probably going to be banned on the TT because I am not a pro-Trump guy. No, I don't like Trump. I don't push anything that he pushes. Now, if he had stuff that I liked that was good for all of us, yeah, but he doesn't. Everything he does favors the rich, the ultra-rich, not even the moderately well-off. So, guess what? You're not a billionaire, probably not going to be one. You got a really, really low chance of being one. You're not a millionaire, you got a 1 out of 11 chance of becoming one. Well, maybe higher now. Anyway, have a great day.